major weapon on each shoulder. When you pick up a new weapon, it will replace the one you currently have in that slot. Grab this Carabiner 98K rifle with your left. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now get ammo for this K98 from these ammunition boxes. Fire away, Lieutenant. The K98 is a bolt-action rifle, so you reload by pulling and pushing the bolt after each shot. You can use either way it works. Let's go to the next station. I know you just got out of the infirmary, Lieutenant, but we need to give you a quick refresher on battlefield medicine. You will automatically heal from minor wounds, but if you really get hurt, you'll need to use some first aid. Pretend to hurt yourself by smashing your hand on these rusty nails. Ouch! Grab a first aid Now comes the fun part. Stab yourself in the chest. The syringe will auto-inject the medicine. Voila! Good as new. You can store up to 3. Now on to grenades. Head up the stairs. Pick up an American grenade, which looks like a small pineapple. It's a Mark II. To pull the pin, you can use your hand or now pull a grenade off your chest. Throw the grenade, Lieutenant. Arm the grenade and throw it. You can use your hand or your teeth. Grenades are stored on your chest. Pick a grenade up and let it go. See how it automatically moves into place? When you're done with grenades, head on down the stairs to the firing range. Spend as much time at the firing range as you want. When you're done, just go through the door to return to headquarters. It's Ollie, right?
Yes, sir.
Ollie, how old are you?
I'm 23. I'm 19. I'm 16. I have every right to be here. More than you, that's for sure. The Nazis didn't bomb Abilene, Texas. They bombed London, England. They destroyed my home. They burned my entire life to the ground, and now I want to do the same thing to the Third Reich. Go ahead, turn me in. I'll find a way to get to the front. How do you think I got to Tunisia? Forging transfer orders has become an hobby of mine. I will make it to France.
Ah, don't worry, Ollie. Your secret's safe. I'm pretty sure the lieutenant isn't gonna say anything.
Thank you, Sarge. Thank you, Lieutenant.
But I have two rules. Keep your head down and do exactly what I say.
Yes, sir.
You don't listen to me even once, I'll turn you over to the Germans myself, understand?
I understand, sir. I won't disappoint you. Either of you.
Somehow this motley crew has been tasked with saving civilization. God help us all.
All right. Enough talking, training, and tests. It's time to go after the Nazis. We're sending you into occupied France.
Yes, sir.
Your first mission is to make contact with the French resistance. You'll be working with a cell led by Manon Baptiste, who's been our eyes and ears on the ground since the war started. Your rendezvous will be along the coast, at the St. Catherine Lighthouse, the Germans are using as an observation post. The resistance will give you a signal when it's safe to come ashore. You'll have 3 days to assist the resistance, gather intelligence on German activity, and sabotage targets of opportunity. I'm talking about a small communications relay or a fuel truck, not anything like blowing up a train or destroying Gestapo headquarters. This is your first OSS mission. Baby steps. Now I want to introduce you to Huxley, our quartermaster. She'll get you set up with what you need, plus she'll give you some nice goodie bags for the resistance. 3 days in and out. Keep it simple. I'll see you on the other side. Dismissed.
Hello, I'm Huxley, your quartermaster. I'm here to brief you on weapons, gear, and all the threats you'll face. I'm backed up by a full model shop, a sewing brigade, and the best gunsmiths the Allied nations have to offer. Have a look around. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Well, this is quite the treat. Your friend Marcel made this custom for you in his workshop. Talk about something that goes boom. It's easily the most lethal sidearm we have at close range, though it comes with a massive bullet spread. There's also an intense kickback when firing quickly one-handed. Either hold it with both hands while firing, or take a short pause between each shot to account for the recoil. This special weapon is on loan from Colonel Ebbets. Apparently it's a family heirloom. He calls it Uncle Nate's Rough Rider. I call it an exquisite Nazi killing machine. It can be fired entirely one-handed, with only minimal impact to accuracy. And it's the only rifle in your arsenal that can be reloaded entirely one-handed. While slightly less lethal than a bolt-action rifle, it's deadlier than any semi-automatic. The Rough Rider is best for mid to long-range combat, and it can be slam-fired by holding it two-handed while keeping the trigger squeezed. Just remember to cock the lever after every shot. Your trusty sidearm, the semi-automatic 1911 A1 pistol. Reliable and accurate. It's quite useful at mid to long ranges with both hands, and mid to short ranges with one hand. The MP40, a deadly German submachine gun. It has a slower firing rate than the American M1A1, but in the right hands, it can be more lethal. The MP40 has reliable accuracy and a slightly larger magazine, but it has the lowest firing rate among all automatic weapons. However, the MP40 doesn't go wild like other automatic weapons do when firing the entire magazine at once. That's why the Germans love it. In the right hands, this simple combat knife is every bit as deadly as a machine gun. A knife is always lethal when thrown at enemies. If your knife ever gets stuck on the ceiling, you can always shoot your weapon to dislodge it. And, with a little practice, the knife can be twirled and tossed between hands.
Huxley? Who's that?
Watch out for the Waffen-SS. They are the elite of the German military. Highly trained and extremely lethal. They should be feared. And eliminated. The Gestapo often work with French collaborators, who are traitors in the worst way. Not only do they help the Third Reich, they do it by betraying their neighbors, their friends, even their families. I can't imagine how tough it is for the resistance. Their own countrymen. The French resistance is made up of men and women from all walks of life. Everyday people who are risking their lives to liberate their country from the Nazis. The Mark II fragmentation grenade. You already reacquainted yourself with these on the firing range, but practice makes perfect. Remember, once you pull the pin, the fuse starts burning. You have 5 seconds until it explodes.
Huxley, what is the lieutenant holding?
A Higgins Industries PT boat. We have PT 305 at our disposal, and she has one of the best crews in the American Navy. They're gonna sneak you into France under the cover of darkness, then return in 3 days to pick you up. Don't be late.
Huxley, what's the lieutenant holding?
The Nazis love their tanks, both big and small. They've adapted this model to run on railroad tracks, acting as escorts for their trains. Don't bother with your rifle. Only an anti-tank weapon like a Panzerfaust can take them out of commission. When conducting sabotage in the field, you'll often attach explosives to your target. In lieu of dynamite, practice attaching one thing to another with this decidedly non-explosive piece of paper. Then, light it on fire. Follow the instructions to ignite the lighter. Sometimes the smallest spark can bring down the largest target.
Huxley, what is the lieutenant looking at?
Watch out for these German half-tracks. Not only do they carry a full complement of troops, there's a machine gun mounted on top that can quickly ruin your day. Ah, yes, the Panzerfaust. A disposable anti-tank weapon with an extremely potent warhead. You need both hands to use it, but it packs quite a punch. The warhead's trajectory will arc when fired over a long distance, so adjust your aim accordingly.
Because of target A and target B.
hallway leads to the live fire exercise. A gauntlet, if you will, to hone your combat skills before you go out into the field.
Lieutenant, pick up the dynamite when you're ready to begin. Sabotage the Nazi bunker and eliminate all enemies. Lieutenant, sabotage the Nazi bunker and eliminate all enemies. Lieutenant, sabotage the Nazi bunker and eliminate all enemies. Lieutenant, Nazi bunker and eliminate all enemies. Lieutenant, pick up the dynamite when you're ready to begin. The clock will start running. Sabotage the Nazi bunker and eliminate all enemies. Excellent! Get back to the detonator.
Sonst schaltet uns nacheinander auf!
Three enemies left. Less than 10 seconds to pass. Good job, Lieutenant. Next go around, try eliminating all the enemies to register an official time. Lieutenant, pick up the dynamite when you're ready to begin. The clock will start running. Sabotage the Nazi bunker and eliminate all enemies.
Amerikanische Gesocks schaltet uns nacheinander auf!
Excellent! Get back to the detonator. Success! Well done, Lieutenant.
Good luck on your first mission, Lieutenant.
Keep an eye on the lighthouse. We're supposed to look for a signal. Works for me. That explosion got the attention of all the German patrols in the area. This place is about to be crawling with Nazis. Lieutenant, we need you to eliminate all incoming enemies, while Ali and I help Minot with the supplies. Load up on ammunition and first aid. The Germans will be there any second. Lieutenant, looks like enemy reinforcements are heading up the road. Be ready. A code book. Excellent find, Lieutenant. Great job, Lieutenant. You eliminated the last of the German patrols. Good job finding that enemy code book. Always keep your eye out for code books and reconnaissance photos. Every bit of information will help us win the war. And who knows, you might be able to liberate some music for your record collection. Stand by, Lieutenant. We're heading your way. Then it's on to Dubuisson.
This is our base of operations. The village of Debuisson. Most people here are good, but we must operate in the shadows. You never know where the Gestapo has eyes.
How bad have things gotten?
The German occupation has turned every neighbor into a possible enemy.
That's terrible.
I will do anything to get the Nazis out of my country. The Third Reich is ruthless, but so is the French resistance. I grew up here. My old school teacher still lives in that house. My grand-père was the village tailor. My parents owned the bicycle shop. That's the boucherie, where my brother worked. And here we are, our secret base.
Welcome to my bookstore.
Marcel has a special workshop upstairs. For things you know, that go boom.
We have a serious problem. Something big is happening inside Gestapo headquarters, and we don't know what it is. Against my wishes, Juliette works inside, undercover as a clerk. She's seen a dramatic increase in radio transmissions and coded messages.
What's it all about?
They have something, I don't know what, locked away on the second floor. I can't get near it. They've even brought in the Waffen-SS.
We need to find out. But our usual source of information has suddenly gone quiet. He knows what's going on.
Is he a high-ranking German?
Worse. He's French. A collaborator. His name is Louis Metz. He used to be mayor of this town, but he has now betrayed everything and everyone.
But if he's a Nazi collaborator, why does he help you?
Because we have photographs.
Whatever propels Louis to betray his nation also propels him to drink. And other excesses.
This man is depravity incarnate. Have no doubt he will do anything to save his own skin. But something has him spooked badly enough that he broke off contact with us 2 weeks ago. And we're going to go after him.
So we're gonna kill him?
No. Kidnap.
Lieutenant, this is a perfect spot for our ambush, but we need you to clear out the checkpoint first.
Kommando-Truppler!
Lieutenant, this is a perfect spot for our ambush, but we need you to clear out the checkpoint first.
Der Gegner hat keine Munition! Ich hat eine
Schaltet uns nacheinander aus!
Lieutenant, this is a perfect spot for our ambush, but we need you to clear out the checkpoint first. Lieutenant, this is a perfect spot for our ambush, but we need you to clear out the checkpoint first.
Vorsichtig! Der Gegner ist gut ausgebildet!
Lieutenant, this is a perfect spot for our ambush, but we need you to clear out the checkpoint first.
Und sein Kapitän!
Man kann die Rate nicht gekommen sein!
Der Feind keine Hilfe!
Lieutenant, this is a perfect spot for our ambush, but we need you to clear out the checkpoint first.
Feind! Dir geht's gut! War nur mein... Jemand erwischt!
Irgendwo hier muss der Feind sein!
Fuck! Bevor sie nachladen kann!
Lieutenant. We're on our way.
What was going on in those pictures?
I'll explain it when you're older.
Louis and his convoy will pass through here in a few minutes. He travels with an entourage of well-trained troops, so we need to be careful.
What are you thinking?
We set a trap.
Some dynamite along the road.
Boom.
Some spigot guns in strategic spots. And our people positioned along the road. We have to be precise. We need to neutralize everyone but Louis. No witnesses. Lieutenant, let's put a plan together. Where do you want the dynamite?
Excellent choice. Boom.
And now our people.
I'm on it.
Be careful.
Juliette? The sergeant?
Stay on the other side.
And finally, where do you want me? Good work. The convoy will be here soon. You can see everything from up there. Bonne chance. Good luck.
Hier ist jemand!
Ah, good. The Americans are here. Please be careful with that. Thank you.
Salaud, espèce de con, tas de merde! Ordure!
Chien de collabo.
English, please?
Yes, I feel like we're missing some interesting discourse here.
Why haven't you reported in? It's been 2 weeks.
They know there's a spy. Be careful.
You poor baby. What are the Nazis up to?
Winning the war?
Fils de pute. I have zero patience right now, Louis. If you think that I'm treating you bad, imagine when we tell the Gestapo all about your nocturnal activities. Remember, I have pictures.
There is a list
A list?
of all the resistance members in Normandy. The Gestapo's been compiling it for months. They are bringing in a trainload of special troops to round everyone up.
When?
I do not know. I am not privy to... Tonight! 5 o'clock.
Marcel,
Oui, mademoiselle.
We need to blow up a train.
Allons-y.